At 30,000 feet in the air, the pilot suddenly suffered a heart attack. Although he swallowed a heart pill just in time, it was too late. In an instant, he collapsed onto the control stick, and the plane went into a steep dive. A married couple on board, who were just traveling for vacation, panicked. They had never flown a plane before. As the aircraft plunged toward the ocean, the woman grabbed the control stick and pulled up, since that was their only chance to survive. Miraculously, just a second before crashing, she managed to level the plane. Once it stabilized, the man unbuckled the pilot's seatbelt and moved him aside. He tried performing CPR, pressing over and over, but it was no use. The reality was hard to accept. The pilot was dead, leaving the two of them alone. After calming down a bit, the man went into the cockpit. The first thing he needed to do was figure out where they were. Unfortunately, the navigation system was smashed. Luckily, they still had their phones. He pulled out his phone, dead battery. Her phone shattered. To make matters worse, the autopilot was broken, and even the compass didn't work. Then the man remembered the radio. It could transmit shortwave signals. They tried broadcasting a distress call, but no one responded. Now they were in a plane with no pilot, no autopilot, no navigation, and no way to land. All they could do was let it fly. With half a tank of fuel left, they had a few hours before it ran out, and then they entered a storm zone. Just as fear began to overwhelm them, a voice suddenly came through the headset. The woman immediately called for help. After analyzing their rough location, the person on the other end advised them to keep flying south. They'd eventually reach land, but fuel might not last that long. So the only option was to fly west and try to go around the storm. The problem was, they couldn't tell which way was west. Then the man had an idea. He dismantled the broken compass and used a sewing needle, rubbing it against metal repeatedly to magnetize it, just like he'd learned in school, then floated it in rum. Once they determined the direction, the woman adjusted the controls and flew west, unaware that what awaited them was an even greater challenge. The air currents in the storm's center were violently unstable, and the plane began to shake uncontrollably. The woman gripped the controls tightly, struggling to keep the aircraft balanced, but they underestimated nature's power. If they stayed there, the plane would likely break apart before they ever got out. Desperate, the woman pulled the plane up higher and higher until they broke through the clouds and finally saw sunlight, escaping the storm at last.